Morning guys, Ian here, aka Hura Mantra. Welcome to another day and to another video on my channel. And today I thought I would just talk to you for a short while about some of the things that I have found have helped me to make progress in my spiritual journey. Things that have taken me from being in a place where I felt I've just been kind of wandering around aimlessly, trying to grab at knowledge and understanding and, not feeling a sense of direction, to where I am now, where I feel that I am making progress, I am learning in a structured way, and I can see kind of where I'm heading. So I'm just sharing with you. I'm not aiming to teach anybody anything. I wouldn't presume that. I still consider myself to be a very new student. So the first thing that worked for me, which might work for you if you can, is to find a teacher, a guide or a mentor in the tradition that you are drawn to. And whether that be Kabbalah or whether it be Wicca or whatever it is, if you can find someone that can be your guide and lead you through the way that they've already trodden. Now, there are also online schools that you can join. If you're thinking of doing that, please do your research. Do not just be prepared to pay out money to try and gain spiritual insight. Now, normally a school will have to charge you something because they do have the cost of maybe producing materials or whatever, but it shouldn't be much. It should only be enough to cover their costs. Okay, so be wise if you're thinking of paying for a course of study. But the advantage of having a teacher, a guide or a mentor is they can really help you to move forward in a way that probably would be more difficult if you didn't have that support. However, it's not available for everybody, so there are alternatives. You might think about joining a social media group that is focused on your particular discipline of spiritual study. And the advantages of that would be you're going to be making contact with people who are in the same place as you. Some may be ahead of you, some may be behind you, some in exactly the same place. And you will also gain access to maybe workshops that are going on in the area and various things that you wouldn't otherwise know about. So I would recommend that as well. I found that really helpful for me. But if you do none of those things, there are other things that you can do which really will help you. And the first thing is read. Read as much as you can. Devour it. There will be some key books or literature relating to the topic that you are interested in. Many of these books have been around for so long, they're now in the public domain, and you can even get them online as free PDFs. Other books will be available as used books from Amazon or some such place, and they can be got for pennies, many of them. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to get access to some really good literature. And reading, firstly about your chosen subject, is a key practice. It's the way that you're going to gain knowledge, but also broaden your horizons. Things like quantum physics, things like mythology and folklore, things like astrology, divination. All of this information you will find sooner or later will fit in to what you're learning about, and you need background knowledge to be able to make the links between one thing and another. And often the aha moment will be when you see a link between A and B, and a little light bulb will go off in your mind. So soak yourself in knowledge, okay? I would really recommend that. Okay, so the next thing, and I've actually made some notes this time so I don't forget. The next thing is meditate. You really do need to meditate. Now, why am I saying that? Not because I think it's some magical way of making things happen, but you need to learn to discipline your mind, and that's what meditation does. And two types of meditation you really need to be able to develop some skill in. And the first one is an active meditation, where you learn the skill of being able to close your mind down of all extraneous thought so that its entire focus can be brought to bear on one thing. And that will be the thing of your determining. So you might choose that on this day you are going to meditate on, for example, let's say one of the Sephira on the Tree of Life. So you'll shut your mind down to all of the things that otherwise bother you, you know, about the car, taking the kids to school, the dripping tap, the leaking roof, all of that switched off. So for the period of your meditation, your entire focus is on the first Sephira of the Tree of Life, Keta. And when you can do that, you will notice a huge difference. You have a mighty, mighty processing computer in your brain. And it's not just a processing computer, it's an interface between the spiritual realm and the realm of matter. The things that will come into your mind, if you can still it, if you can prevent everything else that goes on, blocking out those incoming experiences, those incoming enlightenments, you will be amazed. I promise you, you will be amazed. So, active meditation, practice and develop that skill. Then the more passive meditation skills, where you shut off all the extraneous thought and you just leave your mind like a calm sea, so that things will just arise in it. Images mainly, they will just arise into your conscious mind, and then they'll depart, be replaced by other things. Now sometimes they will come up from your subconscious, sometimes they will come down from your higher self, but your stilled and tranquil mind is like a stage on which things that you need to know, things that are going to help you in your spiritual journey, can appear. And once they have appeared, then at a later time you can reflect on them, what they mean, what messages they bring to you. So really, meditation, absolutely key. It's essential that you develop those skills. Okay, what else have I got? Visualization. The ability to build in your mind a detailed image of whatever you want. Now, visualization will sometimes and often will form part of active meditation discipline, where you'll either close your eyes and on the screen that is the back of your eyelids, either there, or you can keep your eyes open and just see. Hard to explain, but you kind of just see in front of your forehead the space where you're going to build the image, and there you create, through the power of your mind and your visualization, the image that you want. Now you'd start off quite easy, maybe with simple shapes, and then simple shapes in simple colors, and then two shapes in different colors, and then you might start revolving them in 3D. There are exercises, okay, many online books of exercises which will teach you to build your visualization skills, and you'll move on from simple shapes to complex scenes. Now this is really important, because if your tradition involves any work in the astral light, also called the astral plane, then you will need these skills, because when you build on the astral, that's what you use, your visualization skills, and you pull out of the intelligent proto-matter that constitutes the astral, on which everything in existence sits. Everything that is in 3D matter has its template, its blueprint, its etheric double in the astral light. So when you want to manifest things in 3D planet Earth, that's where you start. You build them on the astral so that they might form in the physical and the material. So top-notch visualization skills, key skill, you really need to develop that. Okay. Third thing for me is, now this was a big learning thing for me, right? In order to achieve spiritual growth, you cannot just think, you have to do. Like anything else, let's just use like exercise as an example. You might know all the theory of exercise, all the theory of having the best, fittest, most muscular body that is possible for you to have. You might have all the knowledge how to do that there, but unless you put that knowledge into action, your body doesn't change. Unless you exercise the muscles, they don't grow. The fat doesn't disappear. Your body doesn't change shape to be the best, fittest version of itself that it can be. You have to do. It's the same with spiritual development. There are spiritual practices that you need to undertake, and I think that was one of the biggest learning things for me. So again, these practices will vary somewhat depending on the discipline that you're following, but just to give you some examples of the things that I do, not all of the things, but some of the things that I do as a result of the spiritual path that I'm following. I do daily sun salutations, which I feel connects me to the spiritual light of the world. It joins me with the world behind this world, the beings behind the human beings that I share most of my life and my time with. So I do 3 daily sun salutations. Because I'm studying Kabbalah, I do the middle pillar exercise. I won't go into what that is now, but it is a visualization exercise which has very profound physical and spiritual results. At least I found it to be so. So I do the middle pillar exercise quite regularly. I do ritual magic and perform certain spiritual exercises there. For example, the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. I do path working, which is a kind of a guided visualization where you follow the paths between the sephira on the tree of life, and in the following of the path you access the energies of the each of the sephira and the teachings of the actual path itself. I find those to be extremely powerful. And I celebrate the solstices, the changing of the seasons. So they are just some of the things that are not intellectual, academic thinking processes. They are actually up and doing processes where I am speaking, my body is moving, I am enacting something. I am in the spiritual gym, if you like, building those muscles. The next thing that I have found to be really helpful, and I would really recommend you do it, is keep a journal. So every day when you do your meditation, after you finished, write down what you saw, what you thought, what you experienced whilst you were in the meditation process. It's invaluable, and really you will benefit so much from doing that, and then maybe looking back a few days later where you can make links between what you experienced a week ago and what you're experiencing now, or what you experienced 6 weeks ago. Really, you do need to journal. Please do it if you're doing any kind of spiritual journey. Please journal. Also, reconnect with nature. We can lose so much, can't we, when we're busy, that we don't go out, we don't walk barefoot on grass, we don't feel the rain on our face or the wind in our hair. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. You know, running your hand through a stream, watching the butterflies on the flowers, seeing the sheep in the field, smelling the scent of the earth, feeling the sun on our skin. Connect with nature. You're part of it. It's all one. We're all one thing. Be energized. Stand barefoot on the earth. Feel the energy being drawn up through your feet. You know, we lie in the sun and we feel the warmth on our skin, yeah? And we feel it infusing us. That's one aspect of the energies that can be given to us by the universe. Breathe in the air and feel the vitality that's going into you. As I say, draw up through the soles of your feet the energy from the core of the earth. Feel the fluidity of cool water. Just join with nature. It will really help you. And build a routine and really try to stick to it so that your meditation becomes part of your practice, that you're, you know, if you're going to celebrate the solstices, do them when they come around, that you set aside time to do your reading. Now, okay, you won't always be able to do it at the same time every day, but if you say to yourself, I'm going to give myself an hour a day reading time, then somewhere during the day, give yourself that time. Take a half an hour out to do your meditation and to write in your journal or whatever. Work with what you've got, because it's not an ideal world. But usually, most of us can find some time to do these things if we consider them important enough. Anyway, there are probably other things, but I am going to stop now. And I'm aware I don't want to sound as if I've cracked it, and as if I know it all, and as if I'm teaching people, because I really don't feel that I have. But I have discovered some things that have really helped me, and I just want to share those things with you. So please, I hope you take this in the spirit that it's intended. So thank you for listening, and see you all again really soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.